Welcome back to the Know Before You Grow series. I'm Matt.
And I'm Kris.
And today we're going to be looking at the Soil King Big Rootz All-Purpose Potting Mix. Follow along as we rank and evaluate this soil. The very first thing as a consumer that I want to look at is the price. And the price here was $45.73 per cubic foot. Now I'll remind you, that's the price to us here in rural Southeast Washington. So sometimes shipping gets us. Regionally, you might get better pricing than that. But based on what we paid for this bag of soil, that actually scores a 0 on our scale. So kind of a spendy one, but let's dive into it, see how it smells, looks, and performs. Kris?
Yeah, so as a consumer, first thing we do, open the bag, obviously take a look at the soil, smell it. You know, what does it smell like? Honestly, I think it still smells great. I ranked this at a 9 for smell. I really liked it. It was real earthy, didn't have that real woody component to it, just a nice earthy smell to it.
Yeah, I'm glancing at my notes and I agree 100% with what you said. The only thing I would have liked is a little bit more of a compost smell coming through. That's the only thing that kept it from scoring higher for me. I was at an 8 for smell, so that's going to give it a score of 8.5 as we average that out. What I was really impressed with was the look and feel of this soil. This is really fine particles and it has pumice, not perlite. Thank you all for the corrections in prior videos. So it does have these finer pumice, and man, it just looks good, feels good, and in the container, more importantly, it performed really well in terms of water retention, drainage, and letting water infiltrate. So for look and feel, I was actually at an 8.5, Kris.
Look and feel is an 8.5 for me as well.
Okay, great. So that's easy math to do. We want to go ahead and jump into the MySoil test results and talk nutrient levels a little bit.
Sure, yeah. So for all of our grow outs, we do a soil test initially prior to growing any plants. We got that data back. This one scored really well on nutrient levels. For me, I scored it at a 9, and that's because it had very high levels of nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, calcium, and magnesium were there. Micronutrients were low, which is typical of most of our bag soils. pH was in the optimal range. The one thing for me on this one that knocked it down a little bit from being almost perfect was the elevated levels of sodium in this one came in pretty high.
Yeah, and I had that same note made, but honestly, just a great nutrient profile, a little high on that sodium. Maybe we could throw some gypsum at this, knock that sodium out, and this would rank higher, but I was at an 8.5 for nutrient levels. And, you know, really that translates over here to will it grow? I was really pleased with how our lettuce grew for certain, and then how one of our tomato plants grew. The other one struggled just a little bit. Now, admittedly, that could be a me problem, not a soil problem. I may have injured that root when I was planting the pre-germinated seed, or those elevated levels of sodium might have stunted this a little.
Or a combination of both.
It could be both for sure. And then the other thing I'll note is just in week 6, so we're 7 weeks into the grow out right now. In week 6, we started to see a little bit of sodium toxicity, some leaf curling here. And so we did notice that on Will It Grow. So I knocked it down to about a 7.5 for me. Okay.
I had it at a 7.5 as well. And like Matt said, we didn't really see some of the real effects of sodium until this final week. We're starting to really see some of those effects, so that accumulation and buildup of maybe that excess sodium. Maybe didn't affect the lettuce quite as much, but it still had some effect on both plants, I think.
For sure. So let's go ahead and talk overall rating and then best uses for this soil. If my math is right, our overall rating is 6.65, so a good performer overall. So from a best uses standpoint, where would you be, Kris?
I think it's still a great soil. Obviously, like you said, you could do some addition of gypsum or just dilute it out a little as an addition to native soil, even in an existing raised bed, just understanding that I probably wouldn't use it for a seed starter, you know, with the higher levels of sodium, but we didn't see effects of it real early. So we did have success growing, you know, from starts, but yeah, so those would be the main best uses I had. Did you have any additional?
No, I guess I would just kind of say the same thing differently, whether it's indoor, outdoor, container. I think if you're starting with a transplant this is going to be a fantastic soil for you. I know it's gotten a lot of traction online with some other comments I've seen. So I guess I would just close by saying thank you for recommending this soil. If you've had experiences with it, we'd love to hear about those in the comments. If there's other soils you'd like to see us testing, drop those in the comments as well. Please like, subscribe, and hit notifications so you don't miss anything else in this series. Thanks for joining us in the lab, and we'll see you soon. Hammering down a taste, man.
Let's do it.
Honestly, that tastes just like store-bought lettuce. Not farmer's market lettuce. That tastes like store-bought lettuce.
I still had like a hint of bitter compared to the other one.
Yeah, it did. Yep. But not bad. I mean, yeah, I could get along with that.
Yeah.